So generally, at level, okay, in most cases scenarios, everyone leashes like this. This was the general. This was the general universal start, right? Start bot side. Although, actually, I would say in this season, I feel like it would be better to start top side. Just because getting bot gank equals 2 kills and then your jungler super fed, like that is best case scenario. But that's not always the case. It's generally jungler starts from bottom side. So levels 1, 2, 3. Level 1 and 2, you're playing for lane priority, right? Depending on your lane. But usually jungler does either full camp, ends up here. They're always going to end up here, right? But if they're fast clear, and if they don't fight for the scuttle, let's say blue, let's say we're blue team. Let's say you and I are blue team, okay? Let's say this jungler knows that he can't get the scuttle because blue jungler is strong, or because his clear is too slow. If he knows this, he might just omit the gank top, and he'll go for this. If your jungler gets top scuttle, most case scenarios, that means at some point the enemy jungler will go for bottom scuttle. So, let's say he just skips bottom scuttle. The enemy jungler skips top scuttle altogether. He goes 1, 2, 3, can't see a gank, doesn't go for a scuttle. He's gonna path here. Thank you. So, level 3 is a safe time to put a ward here. Usually. So if you put a ward at the scuttle and you know that your jungler went for your scuttle, that means he will most likely get the enemy jungler will go for the other scuttle. Most likely, in most case scenarios. Now if you're against Udyrs, Nunus, Zax, let me take it back. Udyrs, Nunu, Rammus, Hecarim. If these are the junglers that you're facing, if you ward here, okay. Where's the ward? If you ward here, or if you ward here, these wards do nothing. These wards literally do nothing when you're pushed up. Because Udyr is so fucking fast. Even if you see him by here, you're not getting away. Most case scenario. Most case scenario, it's already too late. That's why deep vision, like this, is much more important. Because not only does this ward in particular, sees the scuttle, but if Nunu ganks from here or wherever, he has to go through this vision. And this actually gives you enough time for you to back off. If not, even if there's another jungler, this gives you time to fuck with them. So as soon as they cross over, you back off. You're like, oh, okay, thank you for wasting your time. You committed. You wasted like another 10 seconds, 20 seconds committing to our lane where you could have been farming. So not only are you safe, which saves you money, you're also wasting their time to give your jungler time to be ahead and to make impact on the map. So level 3 warding here is important. I see this a lot. I see when ADC and support pushes, they like just ward in here. It's kind of wasteful, especially when you know you have the push. Especially when you know you push them in and it's gonna bounce back. This ward means nothing. Number 2, when you push and they just ward here. This ward generally won't do anything if the jungler plays it correctly. Like this ward compared to like just waiting 5 more seconds and just putting it right here. This ward tells you if they're coming from mid, if they're coming from their jungle. Like, not only can you track the jungler through this, but you can also track mid. And you can also see scuttle to see if they're doing scuttle or not. Not even if they're ganking. So this ward, which gives you such limited vision compared to this ward, like why would you not do this? Why would you not do this? And if you know that the jungler was here and let's say jungle ganks or let's say you backed, let's say you and your ADC back and you come back with the pink ward, you can most likely go in here and then ward. But let's say you don't do that. Let's say you have to come to your lane right away. And you know jungler is topside and your lane is pushing. Like, you got to understand these factors, right? if it's pushing and you know it's gonna push for sure and it's gonna bounce, you have time to go ward. And like if you know jungler's top side for sure, even if the jungler's not top side, you walking up here and you think that it's gonna be safe because you have flash maybe. Like this allows you to put a pink ward here and allows you to put a green ward right here. The value that you get for this is humongous. The value that you get for these two wards is so crazy. I don't understand why people don't do it. Because, listen to me. When you have deep vision and you find the jungler, not only is your lane safe, which indicates, hey ADC, hey support, jungler is bot side. This means we shouldn't push super hard. And if we do, we know that the jungler is gonna come. That's number one. Number two, it tells you mid lane where they are. This information is not only for you, but it's also for all three lanes. Because your mid laner can also hug one side. And because they can see where the jungler is, they have time to be aggressive. This is their window to be aggressive. This allows top lane at least 1 minute of freedom on your team. Because they're on the opposite side of the map. It gives them 1 minute to just fuck around and go either all in or just to push the wave and make it bounce. There's so many options just with these two wars. So the fact that people don't do this is actually appalling. Personally. But like, you can't just always go for this ward. I mean, you could because it has so much value. But you also have to understand what conditions allow you to put this ward down. Yeah? Yeah? So like someone was talking to me about rotations. Like how do you know late game macro? Late game macro is important, but so is also setup in mid game. Because if you have information, you can either react in a certain manner that will be advantageous. But if you don't have that information, you're just fighting in the darkness. You're fighting in the 50-50 range. Instead of going for like a advantageous fight or advantageous dragon or advantageous rotation, like it could, the information matters. The setup matters. League is a very reactionary game, right? Oh, they go here, so I did this. Because they flashed on me, I flashed out, right? It's very quick. But before even the quickness happens, if you set up traps, if you set up vision, if you set up ganks, like people don't know why Thresh is so good in low elos because they don't know the kit of Thresh. Like Thresh is Lantern, Bard's Tunnel. Like if you utilize these things and you know that the wave is pushing into your tower and you set that up, ooh man.